From the Forbes Cloud 100, I'm your host, Josh Matches, and I'm joined by Dan Adika, the co-founder and CEO of WalkMe. Thank you so much for joining us, Dan.
Thank you for having me, Josh.
Dan, could you tell us a little bit about WalkMe and what you guys do?
Sure. So WalkMe is a digital adoption platform. Basically, we help companies to drive adoption or internally for their employees or externally for their customers. Today, companies spend hundreds of millions of dollars in digital transformation, and we spend a lot of money in technology. And we need to make sure that technology is not a barrier for us. And WalkMe is basically the glue that helps everyone to navigate, understand what to do, automate some of the tasks. So working is fun, and actually you achieve the goals instead of figuring out what to do.
Amazing. Well, you guys certainly make working fun. Could you tell us a little bit about your founder journey and certainly how WalkMe has grown?
Sure. So we launched WalkMe in April 2012, started in Tel Aviv. Early on, I moved to San Francisco by myself. I was a young kid back then. I had much more hair. But as we started, we were focusing more on small websites and try to make the SMB works and everyone to have our widget and so on. And since I moved to the US, I got more familiar with the enterprise software B2B. For me, it was a huge journey to leave everything behind, move to the US as a foreigner, as an immigrant. And since then, it was a hell of a ride. We are now almost 850 employees, over 400 people in the US, three main locations in the US, San Francisco, New York, and Raleigh. And so sometimes, as founders, we don't stop to take a look of what we built. I'm trying to do it once in a while. But I would say that it was really difficult at the beginning, moving from a different country, culture, language to the US and build a global company. But now it seems so far behind into the past. But it was a huge journey for me personally as a founder to make it happen.
Well, it's certainly been an amazing journey. And, now we're here at the Forbes Cloud 100, which is a tremendous honor. What does the Cloud 100 mean to you and to your employees?
Yeah, this is huge for us. We were at Cloud 100 from the first time it was published. So being here year after year after year, it's great. I think that our employees are working really hard and getting that recognition. I always tell them it's like the Oscar for the private companies, the SaaS private companies, and we're there and people know about us. So very exciting to get recognized on what we do. And I think that shows the strength of our company, that we're here every year. I told my staff meeting just before that interview that I hope that is our last year in the Cloud 100, because next year we're going to be public. The few years that we're here was huge, but yeah, it's great. And I think the way it's being organized, it's there is so many lists of like the best companies, but that's feel real legit to get. And you see the other companies, they're just amazing, and it feels like a lot of thought being into it. Even the place you are ranked and so on, it's really top notch from what we see.
It's very competitive, and it's incredible company to keep, certainly. So can we talk about the pandemic and perhaps how has WalkMe responded? How have you supported your employees during this incredibly difficult time in history?
Yeah, actually, it's still happening. News yesterday was saying that Israel is going to a 2 weeks complete shutdown now after the second wave. So yeah, that was hard. We moved completely to working from home, and we needed to make sure the employees are okay. So a lot of one-on-ones and conversations, and we're sending gifts and making sure people, we're there for people. And we had a rare opportunity to give back to society. And there was a lot of unemployment, and it boosted in many, many places. And what we're seeing, actually wrote an article about it, is that a lot of certain sectors got really affected by it. And on the other hand, other sectors are booming, right? On the working from home, digital transformation, and so on. There is a lot of need for digital adoption and digital adoption consultants. So we created WalkMe Institute, where we're teaching for free people that lost their job a new trade. And then we're connecting between companies and those people in order to create those jobs. Our teams internally are volunteering to train, to teach people. We created tons of content, and we try to figure out what can we do uniquely to help people. And we thought that jobs will be something that we can help, mainly because WalkMe enable you to work from home. WalkMe enable you to do all those stuff. And so why not use that in order to create that synergy between people that need job and companies that look for speeding up their digital transformation process.
Well, what an incredible initiative. What technologies are you finding to be the most helpful to keep your teams connected while they're all apart right now?
Yeah, so obviously Zoom, we're here. Huge kudos to Eric for building this amazing platform. We internally, we're using Slack a lot, emails, we're using our own product as well for communication. But there is it's not just the technology, it's how you use the technology. For example, we're insisting that everybody will turn on the cameras so we will see each other face to face and not just zoom in without, we're insisting to do daily updates, we're insisting to do daily meetings. So I would say it's a combination of the collaboration technology that you have today, like Teams and Slack and Zoom and so on, versus how you use those technologies in order to create that collaboration. So I would say those two are very, very important. We're using, of course, other stuff like Monday.com to make sure we're tracking the tasks and so on. But I think the most important for us is the eye-to-eye connection and the video. And this is where Zoom is, of course, excelling, and we use it all the time.
Absolutely. And just last question, what can we expect from WalkMe as you guys continue to grow and continue to rise up the Cloud 100?
Oh, a lot of things going to come from WalkMe. We're completely going to revolutionize automation. We're already doing it for our customers. But think about a layer that will be able to operate any application that you use almost seamlessly. You will just need to text or use your voice. This is where we're going. We're thankful for, we have over 2,000 customers today, 60% of Fortune 500, 60% of Fortune 100 are leveraging our platform today. So with our customers and our partners, we are gonna really top our game in the digital adoption space. So a lot more to come from WalkMe, especially on the automation piece.
Amazing. Well, Dan, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on being on the Forbes Cloud 100 again, and to your entire team at WalkMe.
Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you.